Celebrities aren't usually known for giving good advice, or for taking anyone else's advice for that matter. But some celebrities actually know what they're talking about when it comes to dispensing sound business advice we can all learn from. I'm your host, Chris Thompson, and today we're going to explore the top 5 celebrity business advice. And let's see if those celebrities' advice live up to their reputations. All that and more on today's episode of IRL Media News. Let's get into it. Queen Latifah is number 5 on a list of top 10 business advice from celebrities. Queen Latifah knows the value of listening to those older and wiser than her. She attributes learning everything she knows about money and investing from her mother, and listening to what she taught her from an early age. According to Queen Latifah, my mom has always been my champion. She's very smart and grounded. She used to say, save your money, pay your taxes, don't put everything in one basket. But she let me explore and be creative. I love that advice and how her mom instilled in her the lessons about money from an early age, but still gave her the freedom and space to make her own decisions. I think that's important when teaching children, so that they can implement those lessons we've taught them in their own ways. Coming in at number 4 is Nicki Minaj. I'll admit, Nicki Minaj isn't the first person I would go to for business advice, but she knows a thing or two about knowing what you're worth. I'm not talking about how much is in your bank account, but rather about self-worth. In an interview with Time magazine, Nicki Minaj said, "At a very early age in my rap career, I wasn't making 6 figures for shows. If I heard there was another rapper making that, I thought, you know what? I get out there and demand or command a crowd, but I also decide, you know what? I want to be compensated as well." Nicki Minaj is clearly a skilled musician and took those experiences and decided she was going to get hers, and never forget how much she believes she's worth. According to Nicki Minaj, one thing I learned along the way in business is the necessity for you to be unapologetic about asking for how much money you deserve. Whether you're asking for a raise because you feel you've worked hard and deserve to be compensated for all the work you do in your job, or you decide to make a change in a relationship because you're not getting the respect you deserve, it's always important to know your self-worth. That brings us to the top 3 celebrities sharing their business advice. Number 3 is Ellen DeGeneres. How many of us can say they're oversavers? Not many, I'm guessing. It's much more common for people to overspend, but it's possible to save too much money at the expense of experiences and material items to reward ourselves for working hard. Ellen DeGeneres has done pretty well in her career, and with a net worth of approximately $380 million, she's obviously pretty good at saving. But Ellen has some advice for people. She believes that while you should save money for a rainy day, you shouldn't be afraid to spend it either. According to Ellen DeGeneres, you shouldn't live your life in fear of money. She goes on to say, "I was just like, I'm never going to have that attitude about money," she said in an episode of our talk show. "I'm going to go out and just get what I want. I'm going to get what I want because there's an abundance and I will always have enough, and that's how I want to live my life." I know I've been guilty of falling into savings mode and not wanting to spend a penny because I had a savings goal in mind, but if you find yourself skipping get-togethers to save money or going without your favorite coffee once in a while, then what are you really living for, forbidding yourself from experiencing life? Think about this lesson from Ellen DeGeneres next time you want to indulge just a little bit. You're worth it. Runner-up on our list, pun intended, at number 2 is former Yankees shortstop Alex Rodriguez. After a 22-year-long career in MLB, Alex Rodriguez knows a thing or two about success. But it turns out, after he retired from baseball, he began his second career as an investor. He started a handful of investment companies and has found tremendous success investing in real estate. He has an estimated net worth of $350 million, so when he advises people to really learn about investments and how to get the most out of them, people should listen. In an article in Vanity Fair, the former Yankees player shared that while he was on suspension from baseball, he began taking investment classes at Columbia University and marketing classes at the University of Miami to better prepare himself for life after baseball. In an interview with Vanity Fair, he once said, "On the business side, it was always non-recourse debt. Don't personally guarantee it. And cash is like oxygen. You need it, but you don't need too much of it. You'd rather have your money in great businesses. Cash is king in business, and if you're a fan of Wu-Tang, you know cash rules everything around me." And the number 1 celebrity to grace us with their business advice is none other than Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton is practically a national treasure. In her 68 years of performing, she gives this simple advice to those wise enough to listen to her: lead and give back with your heart. When COVID-19 hit, many of us were holed up with our families and loved ones and went into saving survival mode. Not Dolly Parton. She dipped into her savings to help fund the pharmaceutical company Moderna's COVID-19 research, which led to them coming out with one of the first COVID shots during the pandemic. When Dolly Parton was interviewed during the pandemic, she shared, "It seems like the more I give, the more I get. And that's the way it's supposed to go in life." Maybe now you can see why I think Dolly Parton is a national treasure. That's it for our top 10 list of business advice from celebrities. If you like this video, do me a solid and smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks. I'm your host, Chris Thompson, and this has been an IRL Media News production.